I've been to Seoul when it's been warm and muggy. I've only been here during the winter, ever. I've been here several times, probably this is my fourth trip. Fourth trip just this year. Never am I more alive than when I am in Seoul. And I'm still learning how to say that properly. When something captures your heart, when something makes you feel at home, there's no words to describe it. I mean, you can try, and there will be a few. But truly, it's indescribable. The pure love of a child or a grandchild, so far is the closest thing that I can get. And of course, it outweighs everything. But certainly for those of us who have fallen in love with K-pop and Korea and Korean culture, to be sitting and having coffee in Gangnam and having Twice play in the background and knowing that your group, your idols, have just achieved something that is, as I put it years ago, legendary. You have to wonder about a society that creates that. What is it that they have that we don't? And how can we duplicate it? And why don't we? What is the benefit to continuing to lead a life that is unproductive, that is counterintuitive to our gut, to succeeding and enjoying life, this one life that we have? I want to examine that. I continue to examine that. I continue to look at the struggle of humans throughout the world, throughout history, and question why. Why are we not learning from our mistakes? Why are we not seeing the similarities within each other? It's imperative that we become the best individual that we can be. Only by being the best individual are we able to be a part of a collective that is successful and beneficial to all. And that includes ourselves. It seems quite simple, yet we miss the mark. Good and evil, nice and not nice, whatever you want to call it, right or wrong, will always be a part of us. Chaos exists. We must acknowledge it. And we fight it every day. It is within every human to fight the greed, the need to dominate, to be better, to stand out. But to what end? What end? Until you believe in yourself and the power of you to be fabulous and then combined with everybody else, until you believe that it is possible to not only satisfy your own self, but yet to satisfy the needs of others, until you reject those who want to tell you different, those who want to tell you that only by helping others you're lessening your own life, those who want to put down self-confidence, those who want to minimize the benefit of elevating others, to think for yourself, to be a critical and creative thinker, not in critical as in a bad way, but a critical as in really examining what what is out there. In everything there is a little truth. When those who are screaming for safe spaces may not understand, what they really want is the ability to ask, to explore, to examine things without being demonized. So I in no way support the current narrative of safe spaces that are needed. But to simplify it, if somebody asks a goddamn question, don't belittle them for not knowing what they don't know, because none of us know what we don't know. These things we know. Experience comes with experience. I mean, it doesn't get any easier. A childhood is meant to get to a place where you can be a secure adult. Without that, it's the foundation rule. If you're building a house, a poor foundation builds a poor house. That metaphor works for any creation. We really, really need to re-examine life. And I'm going to do that. And while my videos may be scattered, maybe unfocused at times, it's necessary. We all gather our thoughts in different ways. I won't always be right, and I won't always be wrong, but I can tell you that my motivation is never to dominate. My motivation is never to demean or devalue. I may come up with a few things once in a while that casts some shame, but I think universally it will be one of those things that everyone knows it just ain't right. It doesn't benefit the individual, but it will never benefit the collective. And if you can imagine somebody wanting to dominate, wanting world domination, want to have it all. I want to have all the money, I want to have all the power. To what end? How comfortable, how much fun is it to sit in a room with all the cake and all the money and all the power while everybody else watches and suffers? These lessons have been taught. We haven't all learned them. It's time we teach each other. You can start off by accepting yourself for who you are today and knowing that who you are today isn't necessarily who you'll be tomorrow, and that where you find yourself is nothing to be ashamed of. If you come from pain, we can find a way to leave that. If you come from privilege, we can find a way to balance that. If you come from nothing, we can find a way to create that which is not. So start off by doing the right thing the right way every time, no matter what, no matter who's watching. Make sure that it serves you as a human, first and foremost, as an individual, so that you can be the best part of the collective and work towards something that is peaceful and pleasurable for all. Anybody who wants to live in a world other than one that is peaceful and pleasurable and productive for all, I think has the problem. That's how I see it today. Humanity is humanity's role model. We are here to care for one another, and that means caring for ourselves first. We teach each other what to do and what not to do, whether we like it or not. So we might as well start participating. And remember that it's those who just come into the world that depend on us to build a strong foundation for them And it is those who are leaving this world that depend on us to stand by their side so they can calmly and peacefully cross over to whatever is on the other side. And frankly, it really doesn't matter. If it's divine, then it's got itself already worked out and it's made promises that it will either uphold or not uphold. And if it has nothing, then it has nothing. Then being in the moment is beneficial to both sides. Be good to each other. We're all we have. And you're perfectly imperfect just the way you are. And that changes from minute to minute. Every moment is an opportunity to start anew or to go in the right direction. You get the picture. Dance, sing, go towards those that bring you pleasure and want to see you succeed. Life is good. Experience it.